Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Friday, the 22nd of October. Following Robert Murray McShane's reading plan, one of the passages today is 2 Thessalonians chapter 3. And I was struck by the first verse, where Paul writes to them and says, "As for other matters, brothers and sisters, pray for us that the message of the Lord may spread rapidly and be honored, just as it was with you." And that struck me. There were so many other needs that Paul had. He goes on and speaks a little later of the opposition given by wicked and evil people. So there's so many other things that were going on. There were so many things that he could have asked for people to pray for. But his concern was that the gospel, the message of the Lord, would spread and be honored. And in the world today, that must be our prayer as well. There are more and more people that claim they have no religion. They were used to go to church, they no longer go to church. They've turned their backs on God, and they want nothing more to do with God. And sometimes we might think that then cuts them off, that when you come as a Christian, they say, been there, done that, not interested. But we need to remember that where they've been and what they've done has so often not been biblical Christianity. There have been so many other social norms and mores and things dressed up as faith, but not actually the faith that we find in the good news of the gospel of Christ. And so today we continue praying that the gospel, the message of the Lord, will spread widely and be honored. And I ask you to pray that this will happen in the church, not only at St.Luke's, but in all churches, that as we stand up and preach the gospel, that the Spirit will enable people to hear it and that it will be passed on. And it's a challenge that each of us faces, that we have this good news. We've heard it, we've believed it, and now we want opportunities to share it. And sometimes we might be tempted to think, oh, I can't do that because I don't know, I haven't studied. That's absolutely true. You don't have to actually tell the people the good news. You've got to invite them to hear the good news. Sometimes you can share it yourself, but where you feel, oh, I can't do that, invite them to somewhere where they can hear it. And we want the good news, the gospel, to spread widely and be honored. So pray that you yourself, that the church as a whole will continue to do that. And in this way, God will be glorified.